Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Jasper High School basketball coverage here on 18 WJTS. I'm Kerry Schneider along with Jason Stom and Jeremy Marcos. So tonight, the Wildcats are home once again here at the JHS gym to take on a Southern Indiana Athletic Conference foe, the Castle Knights. The Knights come into tonight's contest with a 10-6 record, 3-3 in the conference, while the Wildcats 10-8 and 4-4 in conference play. Jason, as I look at the well, of course, both teams are even and don't really have a chance at this point for a conference championship. They are pretty much mirrored teams. I mean, Jasper, as I said, at 10-8, Castle 10-6, 3-3, and 4-4, both teams respectively. Jasper with victories. You know, when you look at the conference play, I mean, they had victories over Boise, Central, and North, as well as. North, I should say, with losses over against Memorial, Vincennes, Wrights, and let's see, Harrison. I also forgot the Modern Day game, of course, just this past week. But Castle, their losses are to as well as Wrights, Harrison, Memorial. Victories over Central, Modern Day, and Boise, with still games coming up against Vincennes and North. My point being, two teams that really mirror each other, of course, of what they've done this year, and at the same time of what they look like on the floor.
Yeah, you're right, Kerry. Both teams. I looked at Castle's schedule and who they've played. They've lost 6 games, but they've lost to some pretty good teams, I believe. As well as have we. But yeah, you're right. Both teams are kind of comparable, I think. Looking at some stats on theirs, they got 2 guys averaging around 12 points a game, 1 at a 10. So I think, scoring-wise, it's going to be a pretty even match. Mm-hmm. It's going to come down to how we play defense again.
Absolutely. And speaking of which, there's a very fine effort Tuesday night against Modern Day, holding those Wildcats to 35 points.
Yeah, you're right. It was. And it's going to take something like that tonight. Their Castle's roster that we got doesn't have their heights on it, but just from looking at them out there, they look pretty big.
Right, you can see it for themselves.
Yeah, they've got about 3 guys out there that look, Lampert looks like he's got some size. Aiden McAtee does. And I can't read the other number, but, they got 3 guys.
Jake, and of course, and so forth. But
yeah, we're going to have to do the little things right tonight to come out of here with a victory.
Aiden McAtee challenged Noblet for the tip, and the Castle Knights have won the tip to start tonight's ball game. Here's a 3 right away off the mark, no good by Adler McAtee. So you have Adler McAtee, his twin brother Aiden McAtee, along with Ryan Lampert in the front court for the Knights. Jake Wonger and Xander Niehaus rounds out the starting lineup for the Knights, while the Wildcats are their normal starting 5 of Griffin Heil, Will Wallace, and Braden Giesler, along with Andrew Noblet and Logan Day. Jasper's first possession of the night. Giesler deals it out to Wallace. Another thing about Tuesday night, Jason, the Wildcats had another good night of balanced scoring on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's what I like to see. In high school, to me, if you can have that balanced scoring effort, it makes it harder for the other team to defend you.
Heil misses the shot for the Wildcats. Knights with the basketball now. Lampert deals it over to Adler. I'm just going to have to go with Adler and Aiden instead of saying McAtee.
That or just say McAtee and you can't be wrong.
Absolutely. Turnaround jumper is short, no good by Niehaus. And the Wildcats with the rebound, and Noblet brings it up the floor. Andrew with Niehaus guarding him. Here is a short jumper up and in by Logan Day. And the Wildcats draw first blood. They lead it 2-0. 2-0 is our score.
Noblet's guarding Niehaus. Niehaus is their second leading scorer.
Here's a drive, and a jumper is off the mark and no good, but with the rebound is Lampert. And he lost the handle out of bounds. It'll go to Jasper. So the turnover against the Knights. First turnover of the ball game for either team. 2 minutes into the contest. 2-0 Jasper.
Castle's notorious for running a lot of different defenses at you. They like to run half-court traps, three-quarter court traps. So they're in a man now, but I look for as the game progresses that they'll start throwing a lot of different things at us.
Niehaus got a hand on Noblet's pass and went out of bounds, so Jasper maintains possession. A little bit of bump in there, no call, but Griffin throws it over to Noblet. Andrew inside the lane, puts a shot up, no good, but up and in with a rebound basket is Griff Heil. So Heil's got 2, 4-0 Jasper. Longer's got to be careful he doesn't back up another step. He's going to go over the line there. McAtee shot up and no good. He's going to be called for traveling. So Adler McAtee with the turnover. Second turnover and as many trips down the floor for the Castle. The last 2 trips down the floor for the Knights. Nice job by the Jasper defense on that possession. Giesler will take it down to the baseline, lose the handle. Wallace now in the backcourt. Will deals it out to Heil.
Here's where somebody needs to get the ball and get back into our offense.
Wallace with the shot, no good on the three-point basket, and the Knights come up with the basketball. Quickly down, and a quick pass is ill-handled by Aiden McAtee, so another turnover. 3 straight trips down the floor that the Knights have turned the basketball over.
Yeah, that was a very good pass by Niehaus. Guy was wide open. He just was looking to shoot before he caught it.
Noblet takes the handoff from Heil. Heil gets it back. Down low to Heil. Out of bounds. It'll belong to the Knights.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, they gave it to the Castle. Are they going to discuss this, though? They might turn this around. And it will be Jasper's basketball.
Yeah, I don't. The outside official, I think he was pretty confident that he saw something that the underneath official didn't, so they got together and made the correct call.
At least in our opinion.
Yeah. Castle probably thinks otherwise, but.
Wallace up and around and in. So Will Wallace, he picks up his first 2, 6-0 Jasper. Wildcats jump out to, 6-point lead. Halfway through the first quarter. Braden Gaten, I should say, actually coming back, or checking in the ball game, will be on the next whistle. Here's a 3 off the mark, no good by Adler McAtee, but he will be fouled in the act of the 3-point shot, so he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, that's not the best foul right there.
And that will go against Will Wallace. First foul of the night for either team. McAtee will have 3 free throws. First one is good. 6-1, Jasper leads.
There went our shutout.
That's right. So 6-1 to score. Next one on the way is good. Now Ernie will come into the contest, as does, turn around here, buddy, number 4 for the Knights. And that is Brady Ryder. Ryder, a junior. Next one, third one is good. So Adler McAtee, 3 for 3 on that trip to the line and cuts the Wildcat lead in half at 6-3. Three and a half minutes to go in the first quarter. Jasper with the basketball. Day with it, will circle the top of the key. Guarded heavily by Longer. Down low to Day. Deals it out to Giesler on the wing. He'll circle it right. Stops at the baseline. Wallace now on the wing. Noblet finds Giesler down low. Out to Wally. He'll pump a three. No good. And a whistle. Be a foul called.
Day, I believe, over the back.
Against Logan Day. So his first and the second team foul here in the quarter against the Wildcats. As Coach Gable will now turn Max Butel loose onto the floor. He'll replace Day. Castle with the basketball, trailing 6-3. Down low, up and in is number 24, Aiden McAtee, for his first two. So the McAtee brothers with all 5 of Castle's points with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. 6-5 Jasper with the lead still. Ernie out in the backcourt. Here is Giesler with a shot, no good. Rebound by Brady Ryder for the Knights. They'll bring it up the floor. Short jumper is up and in. Nice jumper there by Xander Niehaus for his first two, and the Knights take the lead 7-6. So after the Wildcats jump out to a 6-0 lead, the Knights have run off 7 straight.
Yeah, our defense has kind of let us down a little bit. Got started by fouling the guy on the three-point attempt.
Jasper with the basketball. Noblet for three. Got it. Andrew Noblet with this first bucket. It's a three-pointer, and a timeout is called. Jasper takes the lead back at 9-7 with 1:36 to go here in the first quarter of play. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
After a long day of digging holes and keeping cats out of my yard, I'll wind down on a nice, comfy, soft cloud. My human buys the best fluffy stuff from Carpet Warehouse.
At Carpet Warehouse, you'll find a floor that will please the whole family, even the ones with 4 legs. Rory loves to cool off by laying on laminates, tile, vinyl, or wood. You'll love them for their style and many selections.
Carpet Warehouse. Quality I can lay on. Quality you can stand on.
Results in a quick 30-second timeout by Coach Brian Gibson for the Castle Knights. Gibson, by the way, in his 22nd year as head coach of the Knights at 326 and 164. While the Wildcats, of course, led by John Gable, 229, 160 in his 17th year at JHS, 315 and 197 in his 22nd year overall as head coach. The Knights will have the basketball, trailing 9-7. Longer deals it out with the three on the way, no good by Adler McAtee. Jasper with the basketball now. Giesler stops, pops, and hits it off the glass. Braden Giesler, all 5 of the Wildcats starters have at least one, well, they all have just one basket. So it's 11-7, including a three-pointer by Andrew Noblet. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. As we said, 11-7 is the score. Here's a three on the way. It is good by Adler McAtee for his 6th point on 3 free throws and a 3-point basket.
Castle did there what we talk about doing all the time, throwing the ball inside and immediately looking to throw it out.
Here's a steal by the Knights. Down the other way, shot is up, no good by Brady Leiter, but he will be fouled on the play and go to the line to shoot 2.
But down here on this end, Castle did a good job the last time. They passed the ball around the perimeter, got it inside. We kind of dropped down. They threw it out for an open 3.
Foul is called on Caden Ernie, his first. And the first of 2 free throws by Brady Ryder drops. As Brian Lampert checks back in for the Knights, as well as number 11, Aiden Meyer, for his first look at the floor tonight, as Leiter hits the second of 2, and he gives the Knights back the lead at 12-11. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. 11 seconds now, and a whistle. And a foul is going to be called against the Knights. That looks like that's going to go against Niehaus. It will be Xander Niehaus's first, and the team's first, in fact.
So that, here we go with this again, first team foul with 11 seconds to go, but it slowed down the offense.
Noblet with it. Gets bumped, puts a shot up and in. 3 seconds to go as Noblet scores. Jasper back with the lead. Shot will not count at the buzzer. Jasper 13, Castle 12. 1 quarter of play in the books here at the Jasper High School Gymnasium. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Have an extra car you don't need, but don't want the hassle of selling it? Or maybe you're ready to get out of your lease early. Either way, Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper has you covered. We want to buy your car. All makes and models. We'll even handle the payoff with your bank. How does it work? We appraise your vehicle and give you a check. It's that easy. We'll even come to your location. Call or text 812-639-2186 for more details. Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends since 1929.
Hey, Jasper leading at 13-12, Jason, on a kind of nice, clean half of basketball there in the first quarter.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Both teams, I had Castle for 3 turnovers, Jasper for 1. I think Jasper had 3 fouls. Castle might have had 1. So, yeah, it was a pretty well played quarter.
All 5 starters getting in on the action as far as scoring. Andrew, in fact, everyone has at least 1 bucket, with Noblet with 2, leading with 5 points. And they will have the basketball to start the second quarter of play here on 18 WJTS. Handoff goes to Giesler. Kyle was trying to find Day down low. Wallace will drive. He gets bumped. No call. Giesler has it down low, looks it, and puts it in.
Yeah, that could have been a charge, and it could have been a defensive foul, but they just left it go.
Let it go. No harm, no foul, I suppose.
I guess.
Well, like I said, right now, Jasper has 3 fouls of their own, and Castle only 1 in that first quarter. I don't know if it's one of those things we're just going to let them play and see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, as long as they stay that way.
Yeah,
we talk
consistent about that all the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here's a short jumper off the baseline. No good by Meyer, but the Knights maintain possession. And Ryder will bring it back out and reset the Knights' offense. Inside the circle is Lambert. 3 on the way is up and in by Brady Ryder for his 5th point of the night. And Castle has tied this ball game up at 15 apiece. Noblet loses the handle of that quick pass. Castle has it down the floor, and they will turn it back over to Jasper.
Yeah, we just talked about a clean first quarter, and now we're
starting this one off on a little shabby.
Yeah.
Looks like Aiden, I believe that was Aiden McAtee that just checked back in for the Knights, as we got Jace Foy making his first appearance in tonight's ball game for the Wildcats. So 15-15 is our score. 6:12 to go in the second quarter. Giesler on the wing. Deals it over to Heil. Griff hands it off to Day. Day will drive inside the lane. Short jumper gets the roll. Logan Day with his second bucket. He's got 4. Jasper back on top. Now 17-15. Back and forth ball game. One that's enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it is. And you kind of expect that. You knew you were going to have a good game. Anytime you play Castle, you do.
And they find Lampert underneath for the layup, his first 2, and we're tied once again at 17. 5:23 to go in the second quarter of play. Here's Day with another jumper. This one's no good. And the ball's knocked around, but the Knights come up with it, and they'll bring it up the floor. Ryder with it. Finds Lambert. Back out to Ryder. Here's a 3 on the way by Niehaus is no good. Jasper back with the basketball. This game is tied at 17 apiece. Here's a three by Giesler. No good. Rebound, long rebound, comes to the Knights. Pass intended for, looks like that was Meyer down low, is wide right. And it will go back to the Wildcats. Adler McEntee back in the lineup for the Knights. Jasper checks the was that Noblet that came back in, I believe.
Yeah,
yes. So Andrew Noblet back in action for the Cats. He will hand it off to Wallace. Day over to Foy and passes. Actually, ball is knocked, and McEntee tries to save it. He does. Over to Ryder. Back up the back to Ip. Shot is up and no good. As Adler McEntee tried a reverse layup down low, but he was fouled, and he will go back to the line to shoot 2 more. He's already 3 for 3 after being fouled on the 3-point shot and nailing those 3 free throws. He's got 6 altogether on the night. This one falls. 7 points for Adler McEntee. Max Butel checks back in for the Wildcats. McEntee looking to nail this second one. It's good. And he's got 8. Castle with the a 19-17 lead. Noblet for 3, way overshot, no good. Here comes the Knights. Way up and in by Aiden McEntee for his 4th point, and a timeout is called, a full timeout with 4:06 to go. 21-17 is their score. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a good time gold Saturday morning. Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
And has taken a 4-point lead at 21-17.
Yeah, we got to do a little bit better job, I think, on defense. They're getting some open looks and some good looks, so we got to try to cut down on that.
Here is Wallace on the wing, out to Day. Day tries to find Giesler down low. He does, but the ball is going to be knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wildcats. So it's 3:50 to go in the first half. Kind of things have changed on a kind of the tone of this ball game a little bit here in the second quarter suddenly. 3-point shot is short by Noblet. Was that Giesler that got the?
Yeah.
Giesler, okay. So Braden Giesler gets the rebound basket to make it a 20-19 Castle lead. Giesler's got 6. 3.5 to go till halftime. Down low, Lampert, whistle, and a foul is going to be called on Lampert. It'll go the other way. So Ryan Lampert picks up his first, only the second foul of the night against the Castle Knights, who will send Jake Wonger back into the contest. So the Wildcats with the basketball with a chance to tie this game back up or retake the lead. One of many lead changes here in the first half, it would be.
Yes, there has been quite a few.
Or ties.
And that usually means it's a pretty good basketball game.
It has been a good ball game. 3 minutes to go. Here is Butel. Was looking for, I think, Noblet, but unfortunately Giesler came up with it. Wallace works, deals it out. to Giesler. Giesler inside the lane, turns around, fires a shot, no good. Wallace comes up with it. He'll muscle a shot up off the glass and good. So Will Wallace has his 4th point, and the game is tied at 21 apiece.
One thing we haven't talked about yet, Kerry, is, obviously Castle's in the SIAC with us, but they're also a potential sectional opponent.
Absolutely.
So this is kind of a good game to play this late in the season anyways, to kind of feel each other out.
It sure is, especially with, we got 4 games left after this, and of course, like I said, it is our last conference game of the year, and whistle on a foul, I guess will be against the Wildcats.
Wallace, I think. Okay,
and it will be his 2nd personal. But yeah, exactly. I mean, I like playing this game late this year against a quality opponent like this, who is, of course, your sectional opponent.
Right. It kind of gives you a judgment as to, where are you in relation to where you need to be. Because, I mean, year in and year out, Castle's, right there. They may not be the best team, but they're always a good team.
So the Knights with the basketball. This ball game is tied at 21 apiece. Here's a 3 on the way, no good. And Howell was in position with the rebound, but the ball was knocked out from behind by Aiden McAtee. So the Wildcats will have the basketball. 1:39 to go. 21-21 is their score. Howell holds high in the backcourt. Deals it out to Ernie. Caden with Ryder defending him. Here's Max Butel. Giesler finds Heil in the backcourt. Noblet tries to put her down, throw her down, but he's going to be fouled. And a foul will be called against the Knights. Against number 20, Jake Wonger.
I think Butel's actually got somebody out there that he's as tall as, or maybe a little taller.
That's right, exactly.
Normally he's playing against guys a lot taller than him.
And that being referred to a Jake Wonger.
Oh, my.
Castle with the basketball. Wonger turns around and misses the shot. No good. Howell comes in the middle of a trees and comes up with that rebound. Good job by Riff Howell to fight for that board. Under a minute to go. Game remains tied at 21 apiece. Noblet fires off the mark, no good. Howell comes up with it. He'll deal it out to Noblet. Andrew deals it out to Butel. Giesler tries to put the shot up, but he will be fouled because he was double teamed under there, Jason. And
yeah, he did a good job. He got the ball, he shot fake, got the guys up, and then he went up for his shot and got fouled in the act of shooting. Now he's just got to finish it at the line.
So he will go to the line to shoot 2. He's got 6 points tonight. Jasper's first trip to the line tonight, and that was, by the way, the foul on Adler McAtee, number 35, as Giesler puts down the first of 2. He's got 7. 22-21 is the score. Jasper by 1. Giesler off a little bit on that one, a little bit wide right. Wildcats lead it by 1, 22-21 with 26 seconds to go in the quarter, or in the half. Here's a 3, good, by number 24, Aiden McAtee, for his 7th point. 12 seconds, Castle leads it 24-22, 10 seconds now. Ernie.
Castle went to a half-court trap there a little bit.
Butel out to Giesler for 3. In and out. It would not fall at the buzzer. That ball was in, out, in, and back out again. So
yeah, it did everything but come out the bottom of the rim.
It did everything but do what we did not want it to do. So with that being said, we are at the end of the first half of play with the score Castle 24, Jasper 21. Quick take a look at this first half, Jason. Like I said, a very good ball game up to this point.
Yeah, it has been. Again, fairly cleanly played. I got Jasper for 3 turnovers and Castle for 6. But overall, Castle scored 12 in each quarter. We scored 13 and 9. But we need to get things going on offense. We've missed a couple shots that could have very easily went in, just like that last one there. But I think overall it's been a pretty good half on our part and Castle's. Like you keep saying, I mean, it's a good high school basketball game. The lead changes, the score ties, and we just keep plugging away with it and see what we can do here in the second half and hopefully come out ahead, pick up the victory.
Well, as I said, with the, of course, here at halftime, it has been a well fought out game and kind of a game against 2 teams, as we said, mirrored each other. So it's really not so much surprise.
No, it's not. I mean, you got 2 teams with pretty well like records, playing pretty well like opponents. So yeah, it's it's kind of like 2 looking in the mirror and seeing yourself. And so far, Castle's been 2 points better, but we've got a second half to play. And games like this, a lot comes down to who makes the adjustments at halftime and who can come out onto the floor and do the adjustments that the coaching staff put together at halftime.
I'm going to note that they're very balanced scoring, even though it's just the first half, as the Knights are led by Adler McAtee with 8 points, his twin brother Aiden McAtee with 7, followed by Brady Leiter off the bench with 5 points, and 2 apiece for Ryan Lampert and Xander Niehaus. The Wildcats are led here at the halftime break by Braden Giesler, 7 points, 5 points for Andrew Noblet, 4 apiece for Logan Day and Will Wallace, and 2 for Griffin Heil. So the Wildcats trail the Knights 24-22 here at halftime, and we will be back with the second half right after this here on 18 WJTS.
Ubelar Chevy in Jasper, Indiana is your headquarters for new half-ton Silverados. And we've got them in stock. Choose from LTs, RSTs, Trail Bosses, even High Countries, all in stock now. If we don't have the truck you're looking for, we can get it for you. The Chevy Silverado has a heritage and a history like no other truck, and now is a great time to buy one. Find your Silverado at Ubelar Chevy in Jasper, online at ubelargm.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Back at the Jasper High School Gymnasium, Kerry Schneider along with Jason Stom and Jeremy Marcos as we're about to bring you the second half of tonight's ball game between the Wildcats and the Castle Knights, which the Knights lead 24-22 here at halftime. Jason, this weekend is Super Bowl Sunday, but that's not the only super thing taking place, is it?
No. Jasper Youth Baseball has their annual sign-ups for the baseball program for the summer. We will be signing up young men from age 5 through 15 if they're wanting to play baseball. Sign-ups will be at the Hobbick Center Sunday from 1 to 3. So anybody that is interested in playing youth baseball this summer can come sign up then. There's also something new that we started this year is online registration. I do not know the link that you got to go to because it's a big long link, but it is on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I just put it on there again today, so if you want to look that up, and on Facebook you can go to Jasper Youth Baseball and you can find the page on there.
Or Google, perhaps?
Or Google, or you can call me on my cell phone and I will give you my number, and that is 812-630-5760. I'll be glad to help you, walk you through that, or get you whatever you need to know. So looking forward to it, looking forward to another great baseball season. We do have a little change this year with the addition of some kids from Ireland. The 9 through 12-year-olds from Ireland are going to move up to play at Jasper this year, so that'll be a little change for us.
Jason gave you his cell phone number to call about questions about the sign-ups, but leave them to just that, not about comments we make during our broadcast here on HB.
We don't need any critics on our critique our abilities to call a basketball game.
Absolutely. Jake Wonger nails a basket for the Castle Knights to open up the scoring for the Knights here in the second half. They lead it now 26-22. Lambert, McAtee, Wonger, and Niehaus, the original starting lineups for the Knights, are on the floor to start the second half. And there's a steal by Wonger. Well, the Wildcats with Heil, Wallace, Giesler, Nabla, and Day on the floor again to start the second half of play. Cats with the turnover. Trail it by 4. Here's a turnover by the Knights as intercepting that pass is Braden Giesler. He'll deal it off to Noblet. He'll cross court it out to Day. He'll pump a 3. No good. And the rebound comes to Aiden McAtee. He'll clear it off to his brother Adler. He'll bring it up the floor. There is Niehaus with it. Over it back out to Wonger. Knights, a little patient moving a lot of passes down low. Here's the one down low actually to Lampert, who will put it up and in for his second bucket of the night. He's got 4. Suddenly the Knights are out to what I believe is their biggest lead at 28-22.
I would say that would be correct. It's not the start that I'm sure the coaching staff had wanted to start the second half.
So the Knights score.
They got to take advantage. Noblet's got a huge advantage. He's got Wonger trying to guard him down there.
Here's Wallace for 3 from the corner. It's way overshot and off the hands of Heil.
I mean, he had nobody between him and the basket. Why don't we take a couple, 2 or 3 dribbles and shoot a 10, 15, 12-footer instead of, settling for that?
Because kids love to shoot the 3.
I know. I got to.
No. Tell it like it is.
It just gets frustrating.
Yeah. I don't care. So Castle with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Wonger over to download to Adler McAtee. Now Aiden with it. And there's a forced shot up, no good by Lampert. And all of a sudden, Wonger just out of nowhere comes up with a steal. Layup is no good this time by Lampert. Out of bounds, I believe it will go to the Wildcats. It will.
Tell you what, Lampert battled in there. He took that first shot, missed it, then he battled for the rebound and got the steal. And then
came out of nowhere.
And drove all the way in there and shot it again. I think he had about 5 missed shots on that possession, but he was working hard.
3 minutes into the second quarter. The Wildcats looking for their first score of the third quarter. Wallace will provide that as he lays it up and in. So Will Wallace with his 6-point, 28-24. Jasper within 4. Here's a shot up and in. Was it 35, I believe?
Yep.
Adler McAtee with his 10th point. Knights have outscored the Cats 6-2 here in the third, and they lead it by 6, 30-24. Layup is no good. And a basket whistle, and they're going to wave off the basket. What's going on here? I guess it'll be
he had a foul called before he
put the shot up.
Yeah, as he was trying to get his balance, basically.
Okay. So the foul, by the way, will be called on Aiden McAtee, his first. Noblet stops, deals it out to Heil. Griff holds high, and now he'll bounce it out to Andrew.
We got to get a little bit better spacing. We get guys posting, but we're too close to him to get him the ball. Right there, a minute ago, Giesler was posting, but Heil was too close and couldn't get it to him.
Heil with a baseline jumper, a little floating. The Rainbow J is no good. Shot up and no good, but a foul will be called on the Wildcats. That will go against Heil.
Castle seemed to pick up the pace a little bit here to start the second half. We've got to be able to match that enthusiasm and that energy, and so far we haven't.
That aggressiveness.
Yeah.
So Aiden McAtee hits the first of 2. He's got, let's see, 8 points. Castle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of 8 from the line tonight. Let's see if the broadcaster James could go on and get this one here, right? As McAtee.
It worked.
It worked. Was short on that one. 31-24 and near steal by the Knights. The ball will belong to the Wildcats as Xander Niehaus got a hand on it. So Cats just need to reset here. Just kind of.
Yeah, we need to get a little bit better, something going on offense.
And there's a shot up and in by Wallace as Noblet did a great job finding Will underneath. So Will Wallace has his 8-point. He's got all 4 of the Wildcats' points here in the third quarter. Coach Gable will pull Max Butel off the bench. Niehaus down the baseline. Tries to find Wonger, but the pass is hard and out. It will go out of bounds. It'll be a turnover against the Knights, who lead this ball game 31-26. As I said, Butel checks in for the Wildcats. He'll replace Logan Day.
Niehaus has made a lot of bad passes for Castle. I mean, I think he tries to force a lot. Otherwise, he's a pretty decent passer, but he just tries to thread it too many times, I think.
3:08 to go in the third quarter. 31-26, Castle on top. Noblet drives the baseline. Andrew forces a shot up with 3 guys around him, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, you know, when you go in there like Andrew just did, you know, you got to have 2 things in mind. 1, I'm going to score, or 2, I'm going to get fouled. And he does a very good job of going in there with that intent. You can't go in there and be passive and be scared to take a bump.
Noblet nails the first of 2. Andrew's got 6. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter as Andrew misses the second one. And coming up with the basketball is Aiden McAtee. Wonger will bring it up. McAtee turnaround jumper is good. Adler McAtee, that is, for his 12th point to lead all scores. 33-27. Knights back up to that 6-point lead. Giesler finds Noblet. Andrew, one-hand jumper, no good. Here's Wallace, has the ball stripped out of his hands by Wonger. It'll be off Wonger, out of bounds. It'll belong to Jasper. Looks like Ryan Lamper will come back in for the Knights along with, you can see the guy there, number 11, Aiden Meyer. Jasper with an 8-man rotation. The Knights themselves have only played 7 I've got so far tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Noblet tries to put it up, but is knocked out of bounds by McAtee. Adler McAtee. Logan Day back in for the Cats. And he'll replace Ernie. Giesler gets tripped and falls. No call. Well, I guess we'll have ourselves a jump ball here. They didn't signal, but I'm going to assume that's what the case will be.
I don't know what else they'd call.
Giesler a little gingerly getting up as he was tripped, and there was no call. Official will get a towel from Coach Andy Noblet. Wipe some perspiration off the floor, needless to say, from about 3 different players.
Yeah.
Hit the deck there.
Yeah, Giesler hit it pretty hard to start the chaos, but
so possession will go to the Wildcats. Andrew Noblet will eventually inbound the ball to Giesler. Noblet for three. Yes. 3-point basket by Andrew Noblet. He's got 9. His second 3-point basket of the night for the Wildcats senior. And he cuts it to 3 at 33-30. A whistle, and we'll be off. That ball will go off, I guess, Logan Day, and it'll belong to Castle. 1:35 to go on the third. Ryder will hold it and dribble it out in the backcourt. McAtee finds Meyer in the corner, and he'll nail the three. Aiden Meyer with his first points of the night, a three-pointer. He gives Castle back that 6-point lead.
Yeah, by the time, Jasper, Navi hits a big three for us, and then that's a foul.
And it will be a foul. I'm going to say it. I'll have to be going against, obviously, against Adler McAtee. And if it is, it's his third, and it is his third. And going to the line to shoot two will be Andrew Noblet, who is 1 for 2 tonight. First one is good. As the Knights will bring in Aiden McAtee and Jake Wonger. Meanwhile, Noblet with another free throw coming. He's got 8, 9, 10 points. Second one is good. Noblet's got 11. 36-32, the Knights lead by 4. Nearing the 1-minute mark in the third quarter. Noblet near it with the near steal. Ryder will bring it back. 52 seconds. Wonger down the lane. Takes a bump from Wallace, and a foul will be called, and he bounced right off him.
That was like hitting a brick wall. Wallace didn't. I don't think he even felt like anybody hit him.
Wallace didn't feel anything, I'm
No,
sure.
yeah, that's
At least
what I
not
mean.
compared to Wonger.
No.
He'll go to the line to shoot 2. He's got 2 points in this game. Now 3 as he nails that first one. Heil will come back in the contest.
More importantly, that was Wallace's third foul. But it is about the end of the third quarter, so that's not too bad, I guess.
Second one is good. Castle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10 from the line tonight. Or excuse me, that's 10 of 11. So the Knights doing their due diligence with hitting their free throws when the opportunity exists, and we're going to say that ball went off Noblet. And Coach Gable will request an explanation from the official. As Adler McAtee comes back in, he's got 3 fouls for the Knights. So he's got 3 for Castle. Wallace with 3. The only 2 players really in any kind of foul trouble thus far as we near the end of the third quarter. Here's a shot off, no good. Long rebound comes back to the Knights. Ryder with it, 7 seconds. Ryder gets by Noblet, deals it off. And a small 3-point shot is swatted out of bounds by Giesler with 1.9 to go. Nice defensive play by the Wildcat junior. (38-32) is their score. 1.9 to go in the third. Castle will have the basketball. Turnaround shot is no good at the buzzer by Aiden Meyer, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter with the score at Castle 38, Jasper 32. We'll be back after this.
Come to the Carpet Warehouse. Quality you can stand on.
You know they sell and install carpet, but Carpet Warehouse also specializes in hard surface floors as well. Vinyl, hardwood, laminate, and tile. Come see the many different options and get a free in-home estimate today at Carpet Warehouse, 650 Woodlawn Drive in Jasper.
Come to the Carpet Warehouse. Quality you can stand on.
Back once again at the Jasper High School gym. 38-32, Jay says we head into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, we got to pick up the defensive intensity here a little bit in the fourth quarter. I thought our offense, our spacing wasn't very good on our offense in the third quarter a little bit.
Near steal, but the Knights come back with it.
Yeah.
Castle outscored the Wildcats 14-10 in the third quarter. Lead at 38-32. That 6-point lead has been the biggest one for the Castle so far tonight.
Yeah, I believe so.
And they will maintain possession. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Wonger out in the backcourt. Finds Ryder, actually. Brady goes left. Down low to McAtee. Turnaround shot, no good. But a follow-up basket is also no good. Wildcats fortunate that one didn't drop.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, near steal by the Knights. Here's a 3 in the corner. Is good by number 5, Logan Day. Day's got 7. Hits 38-35. Jumper up and good by McAtee.
See, that's what you can't have that happen. You know, you come down and you get a nice play, you get a three-pointer, and you got to go down and play solid defense, but we don't. And, you know, we gained 1 point in that possession, but.
A little nice aggressiveness. You got to give him credit as far as Aiden Meyer is concerned, but he will draw the foul.
But that goes back to, you know, we haven't talked about much this year, but, you know, as he went for that steal, if he uses the right hand that he's supposed to use to deflect that, he doesn't get a foul called on it.
Absolutely.
He went with the wrong hand across his body and into the offensive player, and it was a foul.
Jasper will have the basketball, trailing by 5, 40-35. Here in the opening minutes of the fourth quarter here on 18 WJTS. So Giesler looking for Nobble down low, puts it up, no good. Wallace comes up with it. Will muscle shot up and in, and a foul. Nice effort by Will Wallace to pick up his 10th point, and he'll go to the line to shoot one. He cuts the Wildcats deficit down to 3 at 40-37. Great effort by the Wildcats senior.
Yeah, it was. You know, he battled and got the rebound and went up with people hanging on him.
Wallace's free throw is going to be short, however. Jasper is 1, 2, 3 out of 5, actually 4 out of
Yeah, but right there, I mean, you
6.
You can't let that happen.
I didn't even see who got the shot off. I was looking down. Ryder, okay.
Yeah.
So Brady Ryder with his 7th point. Down low to Giesler. Little jump hook, no good. But he'll draw the foul, I believe, on Aiden McAtee. If it is, it'll be his 2nd.
That's 4.
Oh, that's going to be actually 8. Oh, Adler was nailed on that. So I was looking at the wrong man on the score sheet here. So that is the 4th foul on Adler McAtee. That could be huge. As Giesler will go to the line and he'll hit his 1st.
They got Niehaus back in. Niehaus has been on the bench for a while. He's their leading scorer. He's their leading everything. And he, I don't know, Coach Gibson might have been mad at him.
Giesler hits both free throws. He's got 9. And the Cats are within 3 now at 42-39. So right now it's up to the Wildcats to come up with some plays defensively here, Jason, needless to say. And there is one right there. Asking you shall receive as Will Wallace comes up with the steal. Wallace hands it off to Noblet. Noblet draws up and no call, but the basketball comes to to the Knights. And a foul will be called on the Wildcats. So
Day, I think. Yeah.
Logan Day will pick up his second foul. And going to the line to shoot two will be Aiden McAtee. He nails the first one. He's got 9. Knights are 11 of 12, or sorry, 11 of 12 from the line. I got him right here. I'll have to double check that as he nails that second one there. 44-39, Castle back up by 5. Giesler pumps a 3, good. Braden Giesler has his 12th point. First three-pointer on the night for number 35. And all of a sudden the Cats are within 2 now at 44-42. Under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Jasper needs a stop. Wonger. A whistle and a timeout, Castle. So Coach Gibson wants to talk about it. He'll call a full timeout with 4:32 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Castle leads it 44-42. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
Think about the journey, not about how you're getting there. The all-new Michelin LTX MS2, engineered for 2 extra years of tread life. Available at DuBois County Tire and Supply in Jasper.
Big or small, we service all. DuBois County Tire.
An interesting stat I was telling you, I was kind of figured out here with free throw shooting has certainly been in the Knights' favor. They are 12 of 13 from the line. Wildcats 6 of 9. But something that you'll be interested to see what works out down the stretch.
Yeah, obviously, fourth quarter, everything is amplified. See if they can continue shooting the way that they have been. And, we need to, when we get that opportunity, we need to cash in on it too and hit ours.
So the Knights will have the basketball, leading it by 2. Jake Wonger will bring it across the timeline. Steal it off the left wing to Niehaus. And a steal by Giesler. Giesler will put it down. Slam dunk by Giesler, but back in transition comes the Knights until Wonger pulls it up. And this game is tied at 44 apiece. Big steal and a big basket by Braden Giesler has tied this ball game nearing the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Something he's hoping that will fire up our crowd here. Jasper looking for a stop. Here's the 3 on the way. Good. Brady Ryder with his second 3-point basket of the night. He's got 10 off the bench for the Knights. And he gives them back that 3-point lead. And here's Wallace download, up and in. So the Wildcats answer with Will Wallace with the layup. 47-46. Ryder, the hot hand for the Knights, steals in the corner, a 3 on the way. This one is no good by Xander Niehaus. And are they going to say it went off the back of the?
Yeah, I think they said it
or the top of the backboard.
Yeah.
So that would give the Jasper Wildcats the basketball, trailing by 1. 3:18 to go in the fourth quarter. 47-46. Castle on top. Niehaus hands it over to Wallace, out to Giesler. Giesler finds Day on the right wing. Giesler on top of the key. He has provided the spark for the Cats here in the third quarter. Wallace, guarded by Lambert. Turnaround shot, no good by Giesler. He tries to get his own rebound. Scramble for the ball, a whistle. And what are they going to call? A foul on Jasper?
Yeah, I think on Wallace.
Much to the chagrin of the Jasper faithful here tonight. Wallace will pick up his 4th. And he will remain on the floor for now, at least.
Yeah, I think at this stretch, you've got to leave them out there. They've got their guy, too, with 4 out there playing.
Big possession here for the Jasper defense with the Knights leading at 47-46. Here's a turnaround shot off the glass is good by Aiden McAtee. McAtee's got 12 points, Aiden that is. Wallace out to Giesler, 2:20 to go. Jasper trails by 3. Noblet is swat on the arm as he tries to put that shot up, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Let's see where they give that foul to.
24, I think.
It is going to go against number 24, Aiden McAtee. That will be his 3rd. Andrew Noblet will go to the line with a pair of free throws. Nobby's got 11 points, now making 12 as he hits that first one. Andrew is 4 for 5 at the line, making 5 of 6. He's got 12, or actually make it 13. And Jasper within 1 again with 2:12 to go in the ball game. 49-48. Your Castle here.
Yeah,
you make Jasper come to you.
You work it and run your offense and look for. Oh, that's not what you look for.
Exactly, not my whole point. And here, near steal as Noblet has it. Jasper with a chance to take the lead, and they put it in as Noblet gives the Wildcats the lead. He's got the bucket, 50-49 with a minute 36 to go.
I don't know how that went in. It looked like it was blocked and everything else and still went in.
Suddenly the Wildcats with a 1-point lead with 1:32 to go. Castle calls timeout. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
McDonald's is committed to being the best first job in America with flexible schedules, professional training, customer service, and leadership opportunities, along with competitive wages and paid vacations. You could earn up to $3,000 in educational benefits while learning work skills that will help you in any career field. Further your education with Indiana Tech by getting 20% off their tuition rate. Team members receive free meals on the clock and a 30% discount while off duty. McDonald's is committed to helping you succeed. Explore McDonald's job opportunities at manmcdonalds.com.
Jasper leads the Castle Knights now 50-49. Jason Staub with 1:32 to go. So down to crunch time here for both these ball clubs.
Yes, it is. We got to continue to play defense the way we've been playing, force them into turnovers like we have. And then if we come down and we have the lead and have the ball, we just got to be patient on offense and take care of it.
So the Knights will have the basketball as Wonger takes the inbounds pass. 1:28 to go. Once again, a big possession for the Jasper defense. McAtee out to Niehaus. Shot no good, but McAtee comes up with a board. The other McAtee with a 3, that rattles in. As Aiden McAtee nails the three-pointer. He's got 15 points. And the Knights are back up by 2, 52-50 with 1:02 to go in this ball game, at least in regulation. So 52-50 is our score, Jason. As a full timeout is taken here. We'll go ahead and take a break and come back right after this here on 18 WJTS.
103.3 The Fix is Southern Indiana's go-to radio station for must-have music hits.
I love your music!
From the All-American Rejects to Lizzo, we've got you covered.
Dude, I listen all the time.
Did we mention we also have local news, sports, and Pacers basketball?
Wow.
Your music fix, your sports fix, your fix for it all.
Oh my God, I won!
Tune in to 103.3 and get your fix today.
Today's must-have music all day.
School Jim, Kerry Schneider, Jason Staubin, Jeremy Marcos, bringing you tonight's ball game. A very good one, in fact, Jason. 52-50, Castle with the lead. Jasper with the basketball, 1:02 to go.
Yeah, I mean, this is what high school basketball is about. Two good teams out there battling, competing, playing hard in a close ball game with a minute left. It's anybody's game.
So Jasper will have the basketball, as we said, with 1:02 to go. Butel will bring it up the floor. Over to Wallace, back to Butel. Max now holds high. Circles out to Giesler. Giesler drives, lays it up and in. We're tied at 52 apiece. Braden Giesler with the basket. I believe he's got 16 on the night. I'll double check it. But Castle with the basketball, 34 seconds to go. Longer out to Adler, or McAtee, I should say, excuse me.
I'd say they'll run it down to a certain time and then call a timeout. Yep.
And you called it right there with 16 seconds to go, and this will be a 22nd, so we'll keep it right here. So 52-52 is our score. As you said, Castle looking to strategize a last-second shot.
Yeah, it gives them a good opportunity here to set up a design play. Jasper's got to come out and play solid defense. And different coaches have different philosophies here. Some say play it out. Some say call timeout. From Castle's standpoint, I think it's fairly safe to call the timeout because Jasper doesn't switch defenses from man to zone and back and forth a lot. So you're probably pretty confident that they're going to be in a man, so you can set up a play to work against a man-to-man defense.
It'll be interesting to see who they can go to because they got so many different guys who they could go to.
Yeah, they do. I mean, both McAtees, Niehaus, any of those.
Wonger, I mean, a lot of them. Ryder's been the hot hand off the bench with 8 points tonight. Here we go. Wonger will take it. 15 seconds. Castle with the basketball. We're tied at 52. Near steal by the Wildcats as Max Butel got a hand on it. It'll go out of bounds in front of the scorer's bench.
Again, that's only our third foul. So I look for, and Jasper was probably instructed in the timeout to do this. They'll do it again here.
So like Jason said, only 3 fouls now this quarter for the Wildcats. Here's Wonger with a short jumper, no good. Rebound, Noblet, 4 seconds to go. Out of bounds, it'll belong to the Wildcats. Or will it looks like did they call timeout?
I think Noblet called a timeout.
4.2 seconds to go. And it will be a full timeout. We'll just go ahead and keep it here anyway. So 52-52 is our score with 4.2 to go.
Yeah, that play kind of surprised me. Out of all the offensive weapons they had out there on the court,
they went to the shortest guy on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a...
Was that intended, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm betting coming out of that timeout, that wasn't the play that Coach Gibson drew up. But now, changing gears, Jasper's got 4.2 seconds. They got to go the length of the court, which isn't out of the realm. With the way these athletes nowadays are quick, they can try to make, I'm sure the Castle's going to pick up full court or three-quarter court. Does Jasper set up a play for Noblet? Do they set up one for Day?
Giesler, who's been the hot hand.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've got just as many options to set up here as what they had. So
Giesler's got 16 points with 9 here in this, has been the spark for the Wildcats with 9 points here in the fourth quarter.
We'll see who takes the ball out.
It looks like it's going to be Wallace.
It pretty well eliminates him from this play.
So 4.2 to go. 52-52 is our score. Here we go. Wallace, Giesler, Noblet. Andrew puts it up. Off the mark, no good. We're heading to overtime. One-handed jumper by Noblet was just short and hit the front of the rim. And 52-52 is our score at the end of regulation. We'll be back with the overtime period after this here on 18 WJTS.
After a long day of digging holes and keeping cats out of my yard, I'll wind down on a nice, comfy, soft cloud. My human buys the best fluffy stuff from Carpet Warehouse.
At Carpet Warehouse, you'll find a floor that will please the whole family, even the ones with 4 legs. Rory loves to cool off by laying on laminates, tile, vinyl, or wood. You'll love them for their style and many selections.
Carpet Warehouse. Quality I can lay on. Quality you can stand on.
Back at the Jasper High School Gymnasium. Overtime basketball coming your way here on 18 WJTS. 52-52 is our score. Another 4 minutes added to the clock. We will tip things off with Andrew Noblet and Aiden McAtee to battle for the tip. Second time the Wildcats have played overtime this year, Jason. We all remember the first.
Yeah, and we hope that don't repeat it.
God forbid. Here is the tip. It's going to be controlled by the Wildcats as Butel comes up with it. And he'll bring it up the floor. Max to Day. Down low to Wallace. Will. He's got 4 fouls, keep in mind, as we head into this overtime period.
So does one of the McAtees. Right?
Yes, Adler, who has 14 points on the night, by the way. Leading the scoring for the Knights, I believe. Noblet finds Wallace under low. Double pump, puts it up, no good, but he draws a foul. So Will Wallace will go to the line to shoot 2. Wally's got 12. He is 0 for 1 from the line tonight. He'll have 2 shots coming as the foul is going to go against Ryan Lampert, his second. So Wallace with the first one is good. No good. Thought that was going in. As I have to look through the glass here for my angle.
It looked good from here, but just didn't go in.
Wallace hits that one. Give the Wildcats a 53-52 lead. So Castle with the basketball. On the wing is Niehaus. He'll try to, the ball stolen away. Here's Giesler with it. Giesler's bumped. He holds high. He's got Noblet calling for it in the corner. Here's a 3 on the way. Good! Logan Day with his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 10. Here's a 3 on the other side. Off the mark, no good. Long rebound comes to Max Butel. And the Wildcats with a 4-point lead have the basketball. So Wallace will hold it on the backcourt. He circles it off left and hands it off to Day. Day is bumped, and that will be already past the 5th foul, that is. Either way, Day's going to the line to shoot 2. Day's got 10 points. His first trip to the line tonight. 56-52 is our score. Jasper with their biggest lead in a while. First one is good. Jasper by 5, 57-52. As Wonger will come in. By the way, that was Aiden McAtee's 4th foul. So he and his twin brother with 4 apiece. Next one is off the mark, no good. So Day is 1 for 2 on that trip to the line. 57-52. Jasper leads it by 5 with 2:26 to go in the overtime period. Niehaus puts up a jumper. It is good. A 3-point basket. Wow. Niehaus with another answer there. Well, Castle with an answer. His first 3-pointer, by the way. He's got 5.
Noblet was wide open going to the basket, and we didn't get him the ball, basically.
Okay, under 2 minutes to go. 57-55 is our score. Jasper on top here in the first overtime. Butel in the backcourt. Day now back out to Wallace. 147. Jasper. Wallace bumped, and he will be fouled. We called timeout. Yep. I'll tell you what, Lampert was bumping and pushing. He could have easily been called for his 3rd. But a timeout is called by Jasper with 1:36 to go in overtime. Jasper 57, Castle 55. We'll be back after this.
Have an extra car you don't need, but don't want the hassle of selling it? or maybe you're ready to get out of your lease early. Either way, Ubler Chevy Cadillac in Jasper has you covered. We want to buy your car. All makes and models. We'll even handle the payoff with your bank. How does it work? We appraise your vehicle and give you a check. It's that easy. We'll even come to your location. Call or text 812-639-2186 for more details. Ubler Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends since 1929.
Well, the Wildcats have outscored the Knights by a score of 5-3 here in the overtime period, leading at 57-55. And they have the basketball up by 2 as Wallace, having trouble, deals it out to Butel. Noblet in the corner. Double team, finds Butel down low. He'll deal it out to Day. Day. Wally. 1:18 to go in the overtime period. And Wallace is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Wallace on the night has 13 points. He is 1 of 2 from the stripe here in the overtime period. (57-55) is our score. Wallace's first free throw is good. So Will nails the first of 2. Meyer comes in back in the ball game to replace Wonger for Castle. Wallace, another free throw coming. That one is short. 3-point game, 58-55 with 1:12 to go in the first overtime. Castle with the basketball. Niehaus finds a man in the corner, 3 on the way, good. 3-point basket by Brady Ryder. Ties the ball game up at 58 apiece. 47 seconds to go. Jasper with the basketball. Tie ball game. Wallace. And a timeout by John Gable. It'll be a full timeout. So full timeout for the Wildcats with 40.9 seconds to go. We'll take a break and be back after this.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a Good Time Gold Saturday morning. Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
High School Gymnasium. It is 58-58 with 40.9 seconds to go in overtime. It's been a back-and-forth seesaw game, Jason. A great one to watch here for a late-season ball game against 2 teams, as we said, that are going to could possibly see each other in just a few weeks in sectional.
That's exactly right, and this is kind of a good game to feel each other out, and see what you're going to do in a close ball game.
So here come the Wildcats. Butel will have it. 35 seconds to go. Tie ball game in overtime. Day. Giesler is pushed and no call. Noblet finds Giesler down low. Giesler will deal it out. Looking for Day. And another timeout. So John Gable calls his final timeout at that with 19.4 seconds to go. And it will be a 30, I believe. In fact, it will be.
Yeah.
Regardless, the final timeout with 19.4 seconds to go and a tie ball game here in overtime.
Yeah.
Here we are.
What more can we say? Coming out of this timeout, I'm sure Coach Begley and Coach Gable are going to draw up some kind of specific play that they want to try to run here, whatever it is, and it may not be for one of the leading scorers,
And you're on this end of the floor anyway, so
yeah.
you can do anything you really want.
Yeah, I mean, you got it up. The out of bounds is underneath the basket, so it's a normal out of bounds play right here. And that's the thing. Do you look to score right away, or do you just look to get it in and hold it for the last second shot.
You have no choice at that. You're on there. That was our last time out.
Right. So, do you look to score right here, or do we just want to get it in and then look to score?
Here we go. Butel with it.
That answered that question. We just wanted to get it in. We're going to give it in Noblet's hands and let him play one-on-one. Nope.
Noblet to Giesler. 8 seconds. Ball out to A. Back to Giesler. 1 second. Shot up and a foul. Whoa. I was wondering if anything was ever called. There was a lot of bump and grinding right there, Jason. And finally the Cats do get the foul with 0.7 seconds to go. And Giesler will be going to the line, I believe.
Yeah,
so Braden Giesler will go to the line.
There was a lot of scrambling going on for the ball there. I don't know. That's a tough call. I'm sure Coach Gibson's not happy with it, but
Giesler is 3 for 4 from the line. He's got 16 points. First one is good. And Giesler gives the Wildcats a 1-point lead with 0.7 of a second to go. He's got 17. Everybody is back for the Wildcats other than, of course, the man at the line. Braden Giesler fires and hits. And Castle will call a timeout with 0.7 of a second to go. So timeout Castle with 0.7 seconds to go. It's 60-58. So the Knights with less than a second to go to try to pull something off here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty well academic. To be able to catch and shoot in 0.7 of a second.
Of course, by the length of the floor.
And the length of the court. It would take
we don't need a bright it was the Valparaiso Drew.
Yeah, or Christian
Leitner turnaround shot, God forbid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't have time to do that in 0.7 of a second.
Absolutely.
I mean, you barely can catch and shoot in that amount of time.
But the Wildcats, what they need to do is just stand back defensively. Don't dare come close to putting any kind of a body on anybody, much less the shooter.
Now, what I've seen teams do in the past, we used to, when I played long time ago, we would run a play here where the guy taking the ball out of bounds, if he was being guarded, we would set a pick on that guy, and he would run over the pick, and they would call a foul on that. So Jasper's got to be very careful to not foul in any sense and send them to the line.
Braden Giesler has 18 points to lead the Wildcats, and he will guard the inbounds pass. Let's see what happens here. And here we go. Pass, turn, shoot, nowhere close, and the Wildcats win the ball game in overtime. As the desperation shot by Aiden McAtee was way off, Jasper wins the ball game 60-58. So a great win for the Wildcats tonight in overtime here against two very fine ball clubs, Jason. Two game teams, as we said from the beginning, mirrored each other. And, this, if you wanted to look a game on paper, this was one that could have been well advertised.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Obviously, a rematch in the sectional can obviously come out. When you got a game that close played and evenly played and that, if these two teams play again, I would expect the same type of ball game in the sectional. So you obviously you take this win and you move on and be happy and glad for that. And you got to come out tomorrow night ready to play again. You got a county rivalry tomorrow night on the road. You obviously don't want to lose to a county rival. But for tonight, you enjoy this game, and it was a hard-fought victory.
It was, it's a game that against two teams, like I said, that's going to fill each other out as sectional approaches, as we've already touched upon about a million times now, of course. But of course, it's a conference game, and a team, even though it had nothing to do with how the conference is going to turn out, but it was a fun one to watch and a fun, hard one for the Cats to win.
Yeah, it was, and it's anytime you can get a win, you're happy with it. And you can beat Castle in any sport, it's a good thing. So I think moving forward, the coaches got to be happy with it. Is there room for improvement? Well, yeah, there is. I think it was a game where both teams kind of filled each other out. You got into overtime, and then anything can happen once you get to that point. And it did. I mean, Jasper got out to a big lead in overtime, 5 points or something or whatever it was, and the next thing you know, Castle's battled all the way back. It was a very evenly matched game. Both teams played well enough to win. It just happened to be that Jasper, when the final buzzer went off, Jasper had 2 more points. So I think, from that standpoint, it was, and we've said it all night, that it was mirror image of each other, and the score indicated that.
Well, as we take a quick look at the scoring here, Castle was led in scoring by Aiden McAtee with 15 points. His twin brother Adler followed him with 14. 13 by Brady Ryder off the bench, 13 points. So those 3 players in double figures for the Knights tonight. 4 points for both Ryan Lampert and Jake Wonger. And 3 points, wait a minute, I missed another one here. 5, Xander Niehaus with 5, and 3 points with by Meyer for the Castle Knights. The Wildcats in scoring this evening were led by Braden Giesler, who had 11 points in the fourth in the fourth quarter and overtime, finishing with 18. 15 points by Andrew Noblet, 14 by Will Wallace. Excuse me, I was dealing with my cold all week. But Wallace with 14, Griffin Howell with 2, and 11 points I forgot to add by Logan Day, who had that big 3-point shot down the stretch. So it's a big plays for the Cats here tonight, needless to say. So that's what you do to win these games.
Balanced scoring. You said Niehaus had 5, I think. He was their second leading scorer, the leading scorer coming into the game at 12.3. So, Nobby guarded him, did a good job of shutting him down, but some of the other guys stepped up a little bit. So, if you play him again, how do you do this? Do you leave Nobby on Niehaus, or do you put Nobby with his size on one of the McAtees? And that's what the strategy and the different coaching philosophies and things that you can look to do.
For the Wildcats, it's their 4th straight victory, and 5 of the last 5 out of the last 6, if I'm reading that right. So right now, this ball club is really playing well on pretty much all the roles. So
yeah, they are.
All right, we'll have the man John Gable joining us here in a second. Coach John Gable is joining us here on the post game. John, congratulations on a very great win tonight for your ball club. Big win over the Castle Knights.
Yeah, they're a very good ball club, and we're unlike early in the year. We're finding a way to get on top of these big games, and I think we've grown up a lot and we've gotten a lot tougher. And we're far from perfect, but we're finding a way to beat good teams, and that's important. And we've beaten 4 pretty good teams in a row in Bar Reeve and Heritage Hills and Mater Dei and Castle.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, one thing you got to say is with this ball club, as they're handing out hamburgers, what the heck. All right, so take one home and put it for breakfast.
That's good.
Anyway, but again, kind of just recap this ball game a little bit. I mean, you had some big plays down the stretch with, for example, Logan's big 3, and of course, Geese having a great fourth quarter and overtime period.
Yeah, Braden Geisler is doing more of the same. He just has one motor, and that's 5th gear, and he made some big buckets for us and got some huge rebounds, and he's one of our better defenders and just a tremendous athlete who plays so hard. And Logan Day is one of those kids, especially in the fourth quarter with the game on the line. When the ball comes out of his hand, you just feel like it's going in, and it usually does. So he's got great focus, and he spends a heck of a lot of time in the gym, and that's where that comes from. But it was everyone that went on the floor tonight did something positive.
Absolutely.
And it was an absolute team effort.
Absolutely right. In fact, a very good balanced scoring that you got tonight. Braden did lead all scorers with 18, Andrew with 15, and Will Wallace with 14. And then, of course, Logan Day with his 11. So talk about the, like I said, just the overall play of this team right now. You've won, I believe, 5 of the last 6 now, 4 in a row, and really a team that seems to be clicking really at the right time, as with sectional just looming around the corner.
Yeah, one of the top-ranked teams in 4A, New Albany. We were an eyelash away from winning there also, so it really should be 6 wins in a row. And like I said, you hate to start talking that way because you don't want everyone to get complacent. As soon as you start thinking you've got it all figured out, as soon as you start thinking you're as good as you need to be, things tend to go backwards. And we, by far and away aren't perfect. And in a lot of ways, we got fortunate tonight to win this game. We made some mistakes, but, we only committed 7 turnovers, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't very many.
It had down there, and, unofficially in our end.
And against a team like Castle with their length and athleticism, that's saying something. And so I think we've gotten some things figured out.
Well, I tell you what, talk about Griff Heil, of course, with his addition. I mean, that's, I'm not going to say the main reason, but it just so happens he's back on here. He's got to be a big plus for your team to, at least from a emotional standpoint. He's a friend of all these players and so forth. And here he is back and doing the little things to help this ball club.
Well, he eats up a lot of room defensively, and he rebounds well, and it's hard for the other team to score inside, and with him on the floor, and that's a plus. Then offensively, when he sets a screen, you need GPS to get around him, and so he sets good screens, and a lot of times when he does get the ball in the post, it takes more than one guy to deal with him. And so you just have to account for him. But most of all, like you mentioned, it's psychological. He's a fan favorite. The kids love him. The student section loves him. Our players love him. And we just have been we've been a lot more confident with him in the rotation. And confidence in athletics is a big part of it.
Okay, well, we'll shift gears. Go ahead and move on from this. Tomorrow night, obviously, big county rival with Forest Park. Talk about the Rangers a little bit as you head into the game tomorrow night, Ferdinand.
Well, I don't know how they did tonight. I know they're playing tonight, but I think they're playing Heritage Hills, actually. But Forest Park is a really good basketball team. Really good. And the Howard kid is as good as any guard we'll see on our schedule this year. And they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and they're winning a lot of basketball games. And I believe tomorrow night's their homecoming, and I believe, just like always, going to Forest Park isn't easy because they fill the stands. They're loud. Their kids play with a lot of energy at home. They shoot the ball well at home, and they really gun for you. And probably, that ranks right up there with any gym that we go to on our schedule as a difficult place to play and win. And that's a compliment to them. It's not meant to be negative. It's just a difficult place to win because they make it a great home court. And so we've got to work it out for us. So,
and it's obviously, like I said, going into hostile environments, so to speak, as you said. Obviously it's a big test to see how your ball club responds after a game like tonight. So
yeah, and I think we'll be a little fatigued after going overtime with Castle tonight, but I think hopefully the adrenaline and the momentum that we've created lately helps us.
Absolutely. One's better than 5, by the way, too. With Jason Eichel, that is a heaven forbid.
Yeah, we want another one of those.
Exactly. Well, John, again, your ball club is playing well. Congratulations on a big win tonight. Obviously, now it's to keep it up as we go down the stretch. Of course, congratulations on the 60-58 win tonight, and thanks for joining us tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, John. John Gable is our guest here at post-game. Once again, the final score, Jasper wins at 60-58. The Wildcats will be on the road Saturday night this evening. This, of course, tonight as you watch this on Saturday morning here on WJTS. Cats are on the road Saturday night at Ferdinand to take on the Forest Park Rangers at Woody Beekler Arena. That game will tip off at 7:30. Saturday evening, we'll have it for you Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock here on 18 WJTS. For Jason Stom, Jeremy Marcos, and Coach John Gable, I'm Kerry Schneider once again saying goodnight from the Jasper High School Gymnasium. The final score, Jasper in overtime over the Castle Knights, 60-58. So long, everybody.